It's finally here. 7 Days to Die is no longer in alpha status. It is a full release version 1.0. As we kick off the streamer weekend, this is an experimental build, but this is what you're going to see in the final release. So we're going to have a look at what's new and what's changed. And also keep in mind that next month in July, when the console edition of this releases, you guys are going to get to see the same things that I'm showing off in this video. So do me a favor, leave a like on the video if you got a chance to. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on all the videos that are going to be coming out. And I will be giving away a copy of 7 Days to Die on Steam via key in the comments down below. So watch through the video and I'll explain a little bit how to get that. So let's get right into what's changed. First thing we have to look at is the new 3D models for all of the player characters. They finally updated the player characters so they don't look so old and flat. Now they actually have a ton of different defaults. Ricky Bobby's probably my favorite here. But of course, you can go through and create your own custom character. And in the new character creation screen, they have a whole lot more different kinds of options as to the different style of characters that you can make. You have a lot more customization when it comes to hair and chops and mustache, and they have male and female, and they have a ton of different kinds of player options that you can use to create the character to look exactly like you want to, or give them the most perfect hairdo in the world. And then, of course, that particular character model shows up in game. And one of the cool things I like about it is when your character faces in third person here, when faces the camera, your character's eyes like lock with the screen and look back and forth over at you, and he moves his head around as he's looking at you. That's kind of cool. All 5 of the vehicles got complete overhauls in this game too, so every single vehicle looks completely different. This is what the bicycle looks like. It looks more like an old mountain bike. The mini bike looks more like something you would build in your shop. Looks kind of cool. I don't know for certain if you can fit 2 people on there, but it looks like you should be able to. The motorcycle looks sweet. The new little bird skull on the top and the paint job on there. It looks a whole lot more beastly, and I really do like that. But the 4x4 is a freaking monster truck. It absolutely looks chunky as hell, and I absolutely love it. I love the way the new 4x4 looks in this game. Now, of course, all the audio sounds the same for these, but at least it looks cooler. And the gyrocopter got a huge update on it. Now it has 2 seats by default, so you can fly around with a friend. You don't have to try and figure out a way to travel back and forth. And the vehicle mods you put on there, you can actually see in game now. See, like this one adds a plow to the front of the 4x4, so you can just mow down zombies and watch them go ragdolling over the hood. The journal and challenge system has been completely overhauled. Now there's 120 challenges in 12 categories that you can work towards in this game, and actually set any of them as you want to as active to track it. And each one comes with different kinds of rewards and different kinds of items. So you can see there's 6 different topics here, and then under the advanced there's 6 more down here. So even long play into this game, you can have a whole lot more things to work on than just the default 7 that you always start with. Usually after you make it to the trader, it's kind of done, and everything else is after that. But now a lot of these quests can go on for a long time and give you something else to work on. I like the new quest system. I think that's really cool. One of my favorite new changes is the change to the player's storage boxes that you can make. By default, they're all writable now. You don't have to try and make a writable storage versus the old school chest. Puts the label on all 4 sides, has a nice more squarish, fits into a spot style thing to it, and you can see how much storage the default one has. But now you have the option to upgrade that chest. And by upgrading it, it changes the look to it all the way around, and it opens up and gives you more storage slots. So you can upgrade it with 10 iron or 10 forged steel, and this is as far as you can upgrade this, but now when you open it up, you got a tremendous amount of storage. So you don't have to try and remove old boxes and put the new ones in there. You can just craft it from the start, write stuff on there, and then upgrade it to give yourself a lot more space. And I love that. This is something that we've needed for a long time. The Dew Crafter has been fixed so you no longer have to have a water filter to make it. All you have to do is to get your workstation skill into level 2 to unlock it by finding 1 workstation magazine. That'll bump it up and you can make the Dew Collector a tier 1, and then all you need is just basic level supplies to be able to make it. And that's freaking wonderful. Some scrap, short iron pipes, some duct tape, and you got it, and it's good to go. Now, it still takes up 3 spaces on the world instead of the 2x2, which I know there's some mods for, but no big deal. But now they have 3 different tools you can put in there. They have the Gatherer, the Tarp, and the original water filter they have. By default, the Dew Collector will go ahead and continue to get water, but it's murky water now. So if you go through it and you put the water filter into it, now when it starts gathering water, it gathers filtered water. which is absolutely fantastic. The tarp increases the amount that gets collected every day, and then the gatherer actually increases the rate of it. So you get all three of those in there, and you can get a good amount of water very early on. But at least now you can craft it from default to make some murky water very early on, and I like that change. Most of the zombies have gotten new skins now too, so there's a lot of different variants. So like with Frank here, he's got a bowling shirt, a different color bowling shirt. So you got some different kinds of models there. With Sylvia, you got the original blue over here, you got the light green, and then you got like the pediatric one. Looks like she's got little ducks on her shirt, on her scrub top. That's really cool. And then you have this new inmate, which is kind of a reskin a little bit, but the demo zombie got a full overhaul. Look at this hoss, man. He looks way more intimidating than the last guy. Dude's about 7 feet tall and strapped with some C4 in there. Absolutely fantastic. So, let's see what happens. They also updated the explosions. Yeah, particle physics have been updated too with the explosions. Love it. This is one of those odd changes. I'm not quite sure why it's in there, but it's not that big a deal. When you're near the edge of the world, you don't have a radiation zone per se anymore. It's kind of still here, but as you start getting closer to the edge of the map, you see it pop up down there that says end of the world, and it rubber bands you back. So you can try and run all the way over there if you want to, but it's still going to rubber band you back to a certain distance. And they changed it so that you can only build within a certain distance of that too, which is, I don't know exactly, it's about 20 blocks or so, but if you try to build within that specific zone, it's kind of like trying to build within the trader. It's protected, you can't do it. That prevents you from being able to build bases right up next to the end. Now, of course, you can still go into God mode and fly this direction if you want to, but you know, that's kind of pointless. There's really not a whole lot over here. But if you just run into it in normal mode, it's going to rubber band and slingshot you back to where you came from. Hey, you. If you want a chance to win 7 Days to Die on PC, here's what you got to do. A, make sure you're subscribed. B, leave a like on the video. Pretty simple task. And C, tell me the name of your favorite zombie in 7 Days to Die. If you want to give it a description, that's fine. If you want to say one of the names that I gave it, that works as well. Just my favorite zombie is, and ta-da, and I'll randomly pick a comment at random to do this after 24 hours after the video has gone up. I will respond to your comment and say, congratulations, you won. Send me an email at, and my email address. You have 24 hours to respond to that and send me an email. If after 24 hours you don't respond, I'll pick another name to go through there and we'll continue to go on. Every year we give away keys, and every year I have 5 or 6 different winners that never actually do respond when I give the keys away. So make sure you have notifications turned on. Check your YouTube app every once in a while to see if you actually won. Come back and look at your comment and see if I responded to it after 24 hours. So if you want to win, that's how you go about doing it. Okay, let's check out the armor classes. The first set is the Primitive class. There is no set bonus for wearing this one. It's just a low-level armor class that you can make very early on in the game. This is the Lumberjack class. It's a light armor class, and the set bonus you get from having all 4 pieces of armor with this is that using axes use a lot less stamina. The next light armor class is the Preacher class. Another really cool one. I like the big giant cross hanging around its neck. Pretty sweet little duster it's wearing too. And the full set armor bonus you get on this one is it reduces critical injuries by 5% and infection chances by 5%. This armor set is the Rogue. It's really kind of cool. It looks like a little bit more like a Ronin style set here, almost like a little ninja. And you get a 5% more cash and dukes in loot bonus for having the full set of this. This next set is actually one that would be really good to have early on. It's the Athletics. He's rocking the gray sweats and the tank top. Just got out the gym, of course, but he uses 30% less food and water. That would be great to have in the early days. The Enforcer armor set looks like a character out of the Fallout series. Just got the straight up business suit on, the shoulder pad, and the sunglasses. He's all about the hand cannons, getting extra damage from 44 and using the Magnum Desert Vulture reloads faster. The Farmer is exactly what you think for. Just looks like a regular old farmer that's a little bit beefed up, and you get extra 10% more health and stamina when eating food. So another good early one to have. The Biker armor set looks pretty sweet too. That's the next up here. Does provide better protection than the other ones here. You get an armor rating +1, and mini bikes and motorcycles use a little bit less gas too. The Scavenger armor set is another really good one to have early on, I think. Looks like he's going camping, and you get a 2% better quality loot bonus by having these, so you can find better items early on. The Ranger armor set kind of looks like what Trader Joel is wearing. He's got the old cowboy rustic leather outfit going on, and he is all about making reloads faster with revolvers and lever action rifles, some old Wild West stuff. The Commando armor set is going all about being by yourself, basically. With this armor set, you get the recovery items works 25% faster bonus, so those of us who like to break our legs, we're going to be a little bit better off. Live out your wasteland fantasies of being Ezio Auditore as you don the Assassin armor set. This gives you a 15% faster bonus for hiding, so you can sneak away from the zombies a little easier. When it's time to start collecting resources to build bases, the mining armor set's probably going to do great because it allows you to reduce the degradation of your mining tools by 10%. That's going to be huge. The Nomad outfit kind of looks like a bad guy from a comic book sort of setup here, but he's all about being by himself too, and you use 5% less food and water when recovering stamina, so if you just kind of park your butt there, you use less food and water. The Nerd outfit has got to be my favorite of the new armor set. It just absolutely looks ludicrous with his little head cage going on there, but using him, your tools and weapons degrade 10% slower because he's all about them brains and making good tools. And the last set is the Raider outfit, which is all about being just as armored up as you possibly can. You are protected on every instance, and his armor set bonus is that you reduce the chance of critical injuries by 20%. So great for Horde Nights, I think. And that's going to do it. That's the basics of everything that's being updated within the game. There's a lot of optimization fixes and changes to the random world gen and a lot of other small things that were changed, but I wanted to show you the major things. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Get ready because it's coming to you guys this coming Monday as an experimental build. Stable build will come out in July, so next month sometime. You enjoyed the video, leave a like on it. Make sure you subscribe and click the bell so you get notified when videos go live. You guys have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you later.